Amid rising insecurity across Nigeria, cases of kidnapping has spiked. According to data released by the Nigeria Security Tracker, the Northwest tops the list of zones with reported cases of kidnapping in the first quarter of 2022. The data show that the Northwest recorded 746 abductions, while the North Central had 547. In the Northeast, 61 people were abducted, 53 in the Southeast, 44 in the South-South, with the Southwest recording the least abduction cases of 36. Well, let's delve into this matter. BKO, this more than 3,000 people have died, very recently. It's so heartbreaking, heart-wrenching.
Yes, and the most painful thing is the fact that we are not doing enough. Our methods are not working, especially when it comes to addressing the problem of insecurity in the North Central and in the Northwest. Out of the 7 states of the Northwest, I think it's Kano and Jigawa that are relatively peaceful. Kidnappings are not rampant in Kano, they hardly happen. In Jigawa too, that is the case, although we've had a few cases of people kidnapping individuals outside of Jigawa State and hiding them in some villages in Jigawa State while expecting ransom to be paid. But for us to defeat this very serious problem that has moved to the forefront as the biggest problem confronting our country, it has defeated the matter of the economy, because even the economy suffers as a result of insecurity. Farmers can't access their farms. Foreign direct investment is shrinking because who will want to come and invest in a country that is not safe? I'm not surprised about these figures. I'm not in the least surprised. I even want to think that it's higher in the Northwest, but of course, there's only cases reported that can be documented. There are many cases of people being kidnapped and the family will just quietly go and pay ransom and they will lick their wounds. Such cases won't be reported, won't be among the ones that these people have documented. But what I am saying is, when the Americans come up with travel advisory all the time, it is only the Southwest that they don't list among places that their people shouldn't visit. They will list the South-South and warn you of some volatile, combustible areas in the South-South. But it is only the Southwest that you observe that they don't tell people not to go to. They don't tell their people not to go to. And we have seen now with these figures, the Southwest having just 36 cases of kidnapping, compared to a zone that has more than 700. So it means that the Southwest, some of the methods are working. I think Amotekun, especially in Osun and Ondo. Amotekun is working. In fact, they even have the luxury of even helping in protecting even urban centers in Ondo State. That's to tell you that the Amotekun is doing some work and we are seeing the result. The Northwest too, the governors need to come up with something similar to that. They should stop deceiving themselves that federal policing structure will solve the problem. They too have to sit down and look for a security outfit that will do the kind of work that Amotekun is doing.
All right, we've got Ade, who is joining us on the program from London. Ade, weighing on, let your opinion count.
Good afternoon. My good to Babajide and Mayor.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to thank you for a good job you are doing.
Thank you.
Regarding the Osuna issue, I know the last email of Babajide that so this is going on throughout the years. Nobody consensus as a minister of God. It's impossible. And I know the reason is this. What I suspect. I watched a program that the wife of the pastor did that said divorce is not an option. And if the leader says that, the wife of the pastor, and so people will be afraid that if they go and tell them now that so family is having problem, they'll be thinking that since he said divorce is not an option. So that might panic the member for not going to report the issue. But that does not justify it. But that will not die in a wicked way like that. That's that. Now, regarding the security, when in Nigeria, my assessment is that we have three most religious governors in Nigeria. Governor of Borno State, Akeredolu of Ondo State, and Wike River. These three governors can take any action to defend their citizens. They die the consequence. My governor was on first term when he had those things. He doesn't care. He just wants to save the people. And it's working now. People are attacking from every corner. Not only those State now, like you rightly said, it's better than before. Look at the way they kill people in the two states, in Zamfara. All these places, they slaughter people like animals. And nobody's talking. If one person is stabbed in UK, the Prime Minister will talk, the MP will talk, the Councillor will talk, will be in the news everywhere. Just one person. Stabbed. But in Nigeria, is no longer news. Can't go for journalist handout. You don't even know anything at all. So God will bless you for this good job you are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you very kindly. Thank you very much, Ade, joining us from London. Mayor, let me come to you. It just looks like the only option we have, some Nigerians have, is to find a way to run wherever they want to run to. But where do they run to? Because Cameroon, which is close, is faced with the Boko Haram insurgency in the north and the Ambazonia civil war in the south. Niger and Chad are both suffering from insurgency by jihadist movements and warlordism, while Benin Republic has just become a target of jihadist attack.
Yeah, I don't think running away is an option. We have to stay in this country and solve the problem together. The problem has to do with government. I believe that the numbers that have been mentioned are quite more than that because a lot of people are kidnapped and they don't get reported. So it's a major problem now in our country, especially in the Northwest, because bandits and remnants of Boko Haram have taken to kidnapping as a major business. And because it is very profitable, sometimes you can kidnap a well-to-do person and get 50 million.
100.
Or even get 100 million. When you do any business, when you do one business, that you can get 100 million at a go, it will encourage you to do that kind of business because it's very profitable. Out of that 100 million, they will buy more ammunitions. They'll be able to get money to do a lot of other things. So that is what is fueling it. It's becoming very profitable, and more people are getting to it, especially people who were terrorists, but now they are into full-scale kidnapping. But I think that the government have to live up to its responsibilities. I know that the government is trying its best, but I think that every state governor should not get frustrated to the point that they'll be asking for mercenaries. Instead, they should reenact what has happened in the Southwest. Because Amotekun has been able to show that though it may not be perfect, but it is complementary to the security architecture within that sub-region, and to some extent is working. So if other governors in other regions can come together, put resources together, and have a security outfit that will complement the police, it will go a long way, because every crime is local. And when you create this security outfit, it is people by those from that community. And they will know their community very well. They will have intelligence, because what we need most is intelligence gathering. And these people, because they live within that community, they are better placed to be able to provide us intelligence gathering that is needed. So I want other governors to emulate what has happened in the Southwest. Even in Southwest, Amotekun is not in every state. I think we should have it in every state, so that there will be a synergy between Amotekun in each state, so that they can be more effective. Because yes, there is kidnappings in the Southwest too, especially towards some part of Ondo, Ekiti.
Yeah.
And now, recently, we've had it on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, though it's a one-off thing.
Yeah.
But it is important for each sub-region to have security outfits that will complement the police and be able to bring down this security thing, because it is just crime.
Absolutely.
It is crime. People who are into kidnappings, most of them bandits and remnants of Boko Haram, are doing it because it's very, very profitable. All right,
we've got Kesandu joining us from Imo. Kesandu.
Happy Sunday, BKO and gentlemen. Happy Easter to everybody.
Thank you, sir.
We should say.
I want to say, I am calling you from Little Burma. See, this whole insecurity thing is becoming a total embarrassment to the country. I am serious about it. Everybody heard the news that happened in my local government, nearby community to mine, when gunmen attacked INEC officials. And you tell me every day that government will change their best. I beg to differ, sir. They have actually failed us. This is only the first and major responsibility they have, to protect our lives and our properties. The major thing. And millions and billions of naira are being doled out every month in the name of security votes for this. I want to ask a question. Because of we've given them baptismal name as bandits, terrorists, we are not calling them bandits as if they are just dead people. Where do they go when they do these attacks? We saw them on our railway in Kaduna the last time. Where did they enter? Did they disappear? When they attacked our railway, did they actually disappear? Is anybody in this country not telling us the truth about the state of things in this country? Does the life of a common Nigerian does not matter to our leaders again? Let me tell you, we have acquired this Tokano, we have acquired that, we've acquired this. Aren't we going to use this for once? Where are these people camping in Nigeria? Did that actually vanish into thin air? What is wrong? Nigerians are dying on a daily basis. Right. I'm telling you, leadership has actually failed us. I want to tell you, if the government wants to stop this thing, they can. I am telling you.
Yeah, Kisando, thank you.
No
Thank you very kindly. Your point is made. BKO, the questions he posed are not supposed to be rhetorical. Yes. They're supposed to be answered. So why is it that we've got Super Tucano jets, we've got different ammunitions, we've got different weapons? What strategy do we need to deploy these things to use?
Everyone keeps talking about the Super Tucano jet as if once we acquired it, all the problems will be over. And I've said it before that the Super Tucanos are not the silver bullets that will end all matters of relating to insecurity in our country. I am not sure that we are using the Super Tucano in the Northwest. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because the Americans made it clear that we should only use it in the Northeast. So political leaders may come up with another name for bandits and then begin to call bandits terrorists. What we don't know is whether the Americans will agree to that by legal fiat and without looking at the modus operandi of those criminals, simply brand them terrorists so that we can use Tucanos on them. I'm not sure that the Americans will agree to that because we went into an agreement that we will only use it in the Northeast. If you go against the agreement, don't forget you need to buy spears to keep those Tucanos running. Don't forget we have ongoing maintenance contract with them and even training of our fighters and technicians. Some of these things could be compromised if you go against earlier agreement. So, in my view, our armed forces, they are just taking their time, see whether they can use other platforms to engage the enemy without necessarily risking the anger of the Americans by using the Tucano in those areas. You can see that we've made tremendous progress in the Northeast. If they are talking about just 63 people kidnapped in the first quarter in the Northeast, that's to tell you that's evidence of improvement over there. And Boko Haram no longer attacks our troops and our military formations the way they used to do. That is also evidence that we are making progress. But in the Northwest, we are not making any progress. And that is what pushed someone like El-Rufai, the governor of Kaduna State, to a high level of frustration, to the point of saying that it will bring in mercenaries. Yeah. Some of them too have said, oh, let Nigerians defend themselves. You know that the weapons, even the vigilantes that state governments are paying, they've not been able to confront these guys. Anytime they try it, you see that they will slaughter a good number of them. So you cannot tell our people to go and defend themselves against people who are carrying all kinds of assault weapons.
Right. Mayor, I think there's something called the conspiracy of silence among the residents, where the bandits, the terrorists, traverse. Some, we've read reports that they don't raise the alarm. Some also treat them to, sumptuous meal. They pay tax. They aid and abet them.
There's nothing they can do because they are not doing it willingly. It's because the state has ceded power to those bandits in those areas. The problem we have in the Northwest is that unlike the Northeast, where you have ISWAP and you have Boko Haram, the bandits in the Northwest are very fluid. It's not an organization. It's just like different gangs, you understand, doing their thing. So it is difficult for the Americans to see them as terrorists. They don't have any set objectives. They don't have an organization.
No political.
They don't have any political affiliation. You understand? They are just bandits who just wanted to make money.
It's just money.
And then they roam about in those northwest. So when you now have people like that, it is difficult for you to convince the Americans that these are terrorists. And if they are not terrorists, you cannot use Tucano on them or your superior weapons that you have. Because while you know that for a long time nobody wanted to sell hardware to us, so in agreeing to sell to us, they got a commitment that this hardware that we are selling to you will be used against us. You cannot use it against your people.
And they limited it to the Northeast.
To the Northeast, because at that time it is the Northeast that have those insurgency. Yes. So that's the problem that we have. The bandits that we now have in the Northwest, who are also equally well armed, who some of them are also remnants of Boko Haram, especially from the Chicago faction, they cannot be so tagged because they don't have an organization. They don't have a structure.
Those ones are not saying that they want a state of their own.
The state of their own.
All they are after is just make money.
They just make money. They want to kidnap people, collect money.
And that fits the definition of banditry.
Yes. So what they are doing is banditry.
The definition of terrorism is a universal one. No matter how we try.
So
the dictionary meaning of terrorism will never change. Because we think that, okay, within the purview of our law, we can then deal decisively with them if we call them terrorists. But their modus operandi is what makes them terrorists. If somebody sets up a group with the goal of making money by kidnapping people, by blackmailing people, that's not terrorism. When you are talking about terrorism, go and see what they are doing in Kashmir. Go and see what Al-Shabaab is doing in Somalia. That's pure terrorism. Pure terrorism. ISIS, that's terrorism.
So these guys here back in Nigeria, we've got issues in the southeast, we've got in the northwest, and virtually all facets of this country. What exactly do we need to do to stop these guys in their tracks? Because 2023 is just close by. Even before 2023, we need to live our lives and be happy. We are
just the same mistake we made with Boko Haram. We relaxed for too long and allowed them to spread their tentacles. At the time when Shekau and his people were camping in the Sambisa, we allowed them to build trenches in the Sambisa, build underground tunnels in the Sambisa, and were there for years. We didn't go there to chase them away. We allowed them to fester. We allowed them to become so strong. It's the same thing that we have done with the bandits. If we had been attacking them the way we are going after them now, maybe they wouldn't have had that foothold that they now have. Look at, they were not many before.
They were just in South
They were not many. When you talk about Buhari Ndaji, and a few of them. There were not many in the past, but today there are so many. And that's one of the reasons
that we have young guys naming themselves
other people are creating
criminals.
Other people are creating their own bandit groups. You come out of another person's group, you set up your own group, and then you continue to make money. That's what is happening. We did not descend heavily on them when we should have done that. Our methods were not designed to crush them, because it's usually better to crush them from the beginning. Let us go and learn from the Algerians. What the Algerian army did to the Muslim Brotherhood. They didn't waste time. The moment those guys came out in terrorist fashion, beheading journalists, beheading people anyhow, because they won an election and they were not allowed to take over, the military crushed them. They didn't give them years to expand. Look at all the years that we afforded Shekau. Yes, Al-Sisi too. Al-Sisi as military ruler, he crushed them. They didn't allow them to bring in that level of terrorism. You know, so once you waste time, now these guys, I can tell you, a new government will struggle against these guys because they've been able to buy so many weapons that even our army does not have. Some of the weapons that they use are grade A weapons that they bought in the black market.
From Libya?
Yes. So some of them we do not have. These are NATO weapons that the NATO left behind when they were after chasing, after killing, what's his name? Gaddafi. After the death of Gaddafi, NATO left because some of those rebels were fighting on the side of NATO. They armed them with weapons. Now they left the country. Libya has now been carved into fiefdoms. It's a failed state now. There's no government, no single leader has complete control of everywhere in Libya. No central government in the recent.
Wow.
Because the government controls the capital of the country.
Only the capital.
But it doesn't make it the overall this thing. So it's unfortunate. Look, we have given these guys so much room. And I keep saying, okay, let's even kill their leaders. How many of the leaders have we killed?
We've got to take a break now and move on with the issues on ground, because every now and then we talk about security issues, talk about insecurity in the country, and it just looks like it's not going to end anytime soon. But we just want to see that this thing ends, and that's the reason why we have this conversation.
We want it to end, but it is not by words of mouth. You must have the right strategy.
Decisive actions to be taken on those guys.